Everybody, welcome to Mystics MMOs. I am your host, Mystic Raven. All right, I had to do this today. I'm going to be harvesting and doing some crafting and things, and I'll continue my stream with that after I get into this topic. So if you want to stick around after this, I'm just going to be crafting and we can bullshit and all that good stuff. But I wanted to address this because the White Knights in Elder Scrolls are something special. The White Knights in Elder Scrolls are literally in the world of La La Land. They're completely naive, absent-minded, whatever you pick your poison. They fall in that category. But so there's been an update about EU server performance, and there's been an update from Matt Fire. I pronounce it Fear, but Fire. And I thought this was pretty good. And I'm not actually ragging on it, but I just wanted to let the White Knights know, hey, ZOS is on it. So if you White Knights were actually defending the game prior to all this, boy, you guys are looking dumb as fuck. So there's been some issues in Elder Scrolls Online, major issues. That's why I left Elder Scrolls Online, because the performance just kept getting just terrible. I mean, it's got the worst IP in MMOs currently. It just does. And you can't White Knight that. You can't. It has the worst IP for an MMO. It just does. And they know it. ZeniMax knows it. And Matt has addressed this in the past, but it was dead silent, and people were getting pissed. Subs falling off, EU players not even bothering to buy elsewhere. And I said, this is going to be the worst expansion or chapter for you guys, and it shouldn't be. You guys are introducing dragons. The problem of it is it's not the content, it's the performance that's going to be hindering your sales and your retention. That's business 101. If you're getting too greedy and you're not properly managing your company and its performance and updating the hardware and software accordingly, you're going to bump into major fucking issues. Success is only as good as the operations. So, I'm going to read this without any further ado. Now, this was posted by Jessica Folsom, and I love Jessica and I love Gina. Those ladies do amazing work over there. Hi, everyone. Today, members of ESO teams are participating in a Reddit AMA over at ESO subreddit. We have seen your questions and concerns about EU server performance. Pay attention, White Knights. Server capacity and issues with the activity finder. Say what again, White Knights? And wanted to make sure we address them in an AMA in here. Below is a response from the game director, Matt Fire. Hello. I suspect we'll get questions about performance more than a few times today. So I prepared a description of what we have going on to address performance concerns on a number of fronts. Even though there is very little new information here, we definitely could be doing a better job of keeping everyone appraised of how things are going while we are in process. Absolutely, communication's key. We will be better messengers in the future, keeping everyone up to date on long-term fixes and updates. Now, this was a big deal here because there's been talks like, oh, well, we'll fix things as we can, but we're not going to do it a major patch fix, is what initially was said. We're going to fix things as they come, but we're not going to focus completely on fixing everything in one lump sum. That was initially said, right? Initially, months ago, right? And that was a big fucking mistake. You don't fucking say that. You say, yeah, we're getting people and we're getting on that. That's what you say right away. don't ever say, if from a company's perspective, you're like, you never push content over performance. Performance is number one, content is secondary. You can't fucking run a game. You can't, no one's going to buy shit if it doesn't run shit. Okay? So, I don't know who's running shit over there, but Matt, you better be starting to smack people across the heads and get the shit done. I'd be smacking some of those board members, to be honest with you. So, first, server capacity. As we all know, we had several capacity issues a few months back. White Knights, what the fuck, man? You guys say that everything's running okay. Not. Moving forward. Especially on PCEU servers. Do you think they're aggravated? I think so. We were forced to temporarily cap the number of concurrent users on PCEU and put up a queuing system to enforce it. We got new capacity online for PCEU in a week and added the same capacity for PCNA, which was very close to experiencing the same problems. We took the queuing system down, and we now can support the concurrency demand we are seeing. Second, the looking for group system, because it's shit, and that is the backbone of your instance-based, system. I don't know how you fuck up a queue system. Here's my first advice. Separate the PvP queues system from the PvP. I mean, you'll still have the same queuing system, but what I'm saying is separate the entire mechanic. It's hard for me to describe. It has, you can literally separate the system itself, so it's not bottlenecking into the same, code. It's not like funneling and then everything's getting clogged. You should have had that separated, as far as dividing the queue parameters. Anyways, so that was fucked up. As we posted last week, we are working on 100% revamp of this system, which it should have been up and running from the get, which is mostly used for Dungeons and Battleground queuing. No fucking duh. We have a version done that we are testing in-house, although it will be a while before it goes live. Hopefully it has better fucking results. We want to make sure that the solution we have scales correctly and will support the now massive numbers of players that are using the systems. Now, it's been fucked. It wasn't anything about now. It's had problems. Even if you had 1,000 players that was having problems. We are planning for revamped LFG system to be updated in 24. That's in the beginning of next year. Update 24 is. So that's going to be a while, depending on how testing is going. Until then, we will continue with the only solution we have, which we posted about last week in the LFG update. Cap the number of players in the queue. We know it's extremely frustrating to not be able to queue for Dungeons and Battlegrounds and cannot join queue when you try. This was the problem when Battlegrounds 2 years ago was when Battlegrounds were introduced. You couldn't get in. It was just bugging the fuck up everywhere. And it's continued to be this problem. So I don't know how you put it off for all these years until, guess what? Players are stopping paying. They're not buying your expansions. They're unsubbing. You waited so fucking long. God damn. When you try, but at least now, once you get into a queue successfully, you should be able to join the dungeon or BG. Well, thank God. Third, overall performance. White Knights. Why would they talk about performance? It's only the queue system. Because the performance is shit, god dang it. Rich talked about this in the end of year message 6 months ago. We are currently implementing sweeping optimization and memory management client architecture changes that should improve client performance and especially client stability. Well, here's a recommendation. Get it off of one thread and apply the multi-thread to the CPU. Having a 2000 and something game running on a single core right now with not optimizing on CPU end is just dumb to begin with. I don't know who fucked that one up, but that ball got dropped. I don't know who fucked that one up, but damn. These optimizations will be most noticeable on lower spec PCs, meaning they're going to optimize everything from CPU to memory, all of that. So lower PC specs, meaning older systems, which it was designed for initially, should be able to run base Xbox and base PS4. Now, with the new architecture coming out for the PS5 and the new Xbox, you shouldn't have too many problems so long as they get the multi-thread situation under control. So heads up. Also with the DDR, with your memory and graphics. But overall, everyone should notice better stability and performance. I've been asking. Everybody's been asking. Not just me, everybody. Take it from the horse. Don't take my word for it. Take it from the horse's mouth. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Jeez. This is scheduled for up to 24th, longer term. We are in the beginning stages of combat system performance improvements, meaning we can see combat, not necessarily combat changes, but the way the system, how the combat system is performing in game. So all right, back. Sorry about that. White Knights, can you rebuttal? Can you rebuttal it, White Knights? I don't think you can, man. I don't think you're rebuttaling that shit. It seems like it takes an inordinate amount of time to